by the sentry who fired a shot at one of the suicide bombers, which led to the explosion of the person's born IED. The explosion also led to the death of the second suicide bomber, who apparently did not have the time to detonate his suicide vest. The vest was subsequently detonated successfully by own explosive ordnance disposal team. On the 7th of September 2017, own troops on patrol and counter-IED operations along Road Dambua, Bulabulin, discovered an IED planted by the Boko Haram terrorists at Kurumiri. The determined effort of our troops in ensuring the safety of lives and property along the various main supply routes again assisted in averting the mass casualty that would have been inflicted on commuters plying the Maiduguri-Dambua road if the IED was left undetected. Meanwhile, our explosive ordnance disposal team successfully detonated the explosive device. On the 8th of September 2017, own troops responding to a loud explosion at Bolori General Area along Road Custom Muna in Maiduguri Metropolis discovered a suicide bomber who had detonated her vest close to a taxi halted by personnel of the Nigerian National Law Enforcement Agency at their checkpoint. The explosion killed the suicide bomber and another who was yet to detonate her vest. Unfortunately, one personnel of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency at the checkpoint and 3 occupants of the taxi were injured in the incident. The scene was cordoned off by own troops while personnel of the Nigerian Police Explosive Ordnance Disposal Team neutralized the unexploded vest. The remains of the 2 suicide bombers were also clad by the SEMA officials and the Red Cross, while the injured victims were evacuated for medical attention. Furthermore, on the 13th of September 2017, troops on patrol along Road Goza-Yamteke discovered one IED at Lokodisa, which was detonated in situ by own ordnance disposal team. Also, troops, while on patrol and counter-IED operations along Road Dikwa Ajiri, Mafa, Maiduguri, discovered and destroyed 2 detonators 27 at a suspected Boko Haram terrorist crossing point near Bakassi Bridge. In a separate development, on the 18th of September 2017, a group of 2 males and 1 female suicide bomber attacked Mushimari village in the outskirts of Gontuga. Investigation revealed that Boko Haram terrorists on 4 motorcycles created panic in the area by first shooting sporadically in order to create confusion, and the process incited the suicide bombers who disguised as part of the locals' camping for safety. However, the suicide bomber later detonated their vest when the villagers regrouped to assess the situation, thus killing 13 civilians, including 1 civilian JTF, and injuring 19 others. The injured were promptly evacuated for medical treatment. There were also attempts to attack troops on patrol using IED, but these attacks were successfully neutralized. The attempted IED attack on troops deployed at Kumshe and also those on patrol along Miyanti-Banki Junction, as well as Road Bama Aulari between the 19th and the 23rd of September 2017, further demonstrates the frustration on the part of the Boko Haram terrorists. The group is obviously venting its disillusionment by engaging in the use of IED against soft and hard targets, knowing that their capability for sustained operation has been largely degraded. At this juncture, it is very expedient to again reiterate the very dire need for all and sundry to continue to ensure the relative peace and security achieved thus far within the theater is sustained through collective efforts. while we urge the community and religious leaders to continue sensitizing their people on the need to always report any strange face or suspicious activity within their vicinity to the nearest security agency. I also want to reassure members of the public that troops of Operation Lafiya Dole will continue to remain undaunted in the pursuit of its mandate. In doing this, the troops will continue to be professional in the discharge of their duties in line with international best practices and with respect for national and international laws. The public is therefore urged to continue to support troops morally, spiritually, and otherwise in the defeat of our common enemy, which is the Boko Haram terrorist group. Now to civil-military relations. In the period under review, armed troops engaged in a number of civil-military related activities to strengthen the support enjoyed from the host communities. Repair of road. Armed troops engaged in the repair of washed-away portion of Road Dikwa-Ngwala by filling up and patching the potholes that hitherto made movement along the road very tortuous. More so, these potholes are usually used by the Boko Haram terrorists to bury their IED, thus making the route exposed to danger from the Boko Haram terrorist threat. The patching of most of these potholes by troops have reduced the threat significantly. The eroded portion of Road Ungrose Dar al-Jamal was also fixed by the troops with the support of elements of the Nigerian Army engineers in the front line. Sensitization program on the outbreak of cholera. The cholera epidemic was a major setback recorded within the theater, especially in some of the IDP camps. The disease led to some death. However, troops of Operation Lafiya Dole were unaffected by the scourge. Meanwhile, Operation Lafiya Dole supported other relevant stakeholders in curbing the further spread of the cholera epidemic by conducting sensitization program on its Operation Lafiya Dole FM station. Commanders at all levels were also tasked to hold meetings with community and religious leaders and other stakeholders to sensitize internally displaced persons against cholera outbreak. Health workers from international humanitarian agencies were equally invited to speak to the stakeholders. Provision of medical care to displaced persons and vulnerable individuals. Armed troops offered medical services to civilian outpatients and inpatients with various health challenges in Bama, Banki, Ran, Kareto, and Maiduguri, among others, during the period under review. Among the patients were 30 pregnant women who received weekly antenatal services. Now to the presidential visit to troops of Operation Lafiya Dole. The President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, accompanied by the Service Chiefs and Director General Department of State Services, paid a visit to the theater of operation on the 1st of October 2017, where he celebrated Nigeria's 57th Independence Day anniversary with troops of Operation Lafiya Dole. During the visit, the President took time to personally interact with officers and men of the operation, as well as empathize with wounded in action. It is pertinent to state here that the presidential visit has further strengthened our resolve to decisively deal with terrorism and insurgency in the Northeast. In conclusion, gentlemen, at this stage of our fight against Boko Haram terrorists, I urge you all, especially members of the general public, to continue to be more security conscious. You are also encouraged to establish neighborhood watch teams in remote villages and communities, markets, motor parks, among others, to monitor strange and suspicious persons and promptly pass information to security agencies. The Boko Haram terrorists are regularly changing their tactics to enable them to sustain attacks on unsuspecting soft and vulnerable targets. The use of bicycles and digital video discs to convey